Sun, sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me.
Transformers fans, my name's Mondo and welcome back to another Moonbase 84 transmission. And today I'm super excited to be finally checking out what made #1 on my top 5 most anticipated releases so far revealed for upcoming Transformers releases. That being the Studio Series number 111 concept art Sunstreaker from the Bumblebee movie. I've always had a special place in my heart for Sunstreaker, always loved the character, and it's great to see him getting some love. And hopefully he does make the roster, which he's rumored to be making for Transformers Reactivate, and we get a Reactivate figure. But for now, we have this Studio Series concept art Sunstreaker. Very excited to have him in my hands, and we're going to check him out right now. So I lied a little bit. Right before we check him out, I'm going to do the obligatory YouTube begging, and if you could drop a like on the video, subscribe, and all that jazz, I'd much appreciate it. And real quick, I wanted to show the box art of the concept model for Sunstreaker because I think it looks really awesome. So because Sunstreaker is one of my favorite characters, when this character was first leaked and then revealed, I was super excited, but at the same time, those product or leaked images didn't really do him justice in my opinion. He looked very, very plain, and it looked like he was missing like a ton of paint or could use a ton of paint. Thankfully, in hand, he has more going on than the pictures really shows. But with that being said, he definitely could have used a little more love in the paint department, and I'll point those out when we take a closer look at him. Now he does have some nice hits of orange on his shoulders, his thighs, and down on his shins, which is really good, but I kind of wish that it was red and not orange. I think it would have really popped and contrasted very well off of the yellow. And of course he has some nice hits of silver on the forearms, and down here again around the shins, and right here at the waist, that bring out some of his nice robotic detail, which I thought was cool. Another thing that stands out is the blue windscreen really pops and contrasts off the yellow, much like the red probably would have if he had the red paint. So that's a little overview on him, and now we'll take a closer look. Let's start taking a closer look at Sunstreaker, starting at the top, and we'll work our way down to the bottom. I really am liking his head sculpt. It really fits in well with the Bumblebee movie aesthetic. Some really nice detail in there, and of course you got the flashes of yellow on his ears, and then again that orange on his shoulders. We're gonna move down, and there's that blue windscreen, which I said really pops. Look at the detail that silver paint brings out at his waist. I love the detail in here, in his thighs. His arms, I really like the elbow joint. It almost looks like a tire tread in there, if you can see it. That's really a really nice touch, and a flash of silver. Now, I said that he was still lacking paint. I wish his fists were black, his hands were black, because it gets lost in the yellow forearm, and it kind of comes off as cheap looking in my opinion a little bit. And also the hollowness in his forearm. A lot of times the hollowness doesn't necessarily bug me as much as other people, but with the lack of paint in the fist, I wish it was black, and it just all gels up and blends in. And the hollow, it kind of comes off as kind of cheap looking, I think, in my opinion. Then we move down to some of that nice detail in here, and of course there, I like how he has like silver, so it looks like he's wearing some big boots. On the side, I think it's cool. The clear plastic wheel is really cool. It pops much like the windscreen. Let me get it into a viewing area. And he does have a nice hit of blue here too. And then here's the back, which is really nice, not very hollow at all. His guns form together and mount on the back, kind of like that, I guess you call it intake from the original G1 Lamborghini figure. And you can detach those and break them apart like so, if I can get it. And of course, you can hold them. You know, I got it the right way. Yep. Just pop them on, and there you go. He looks pretty cool with those out like that. Articulation, mostly good, mostly standard, what we've come to expect, with some bad. These shoulders get in the way, then go about here. If you pop, take that out. If you pop the shoulder pad out like that, you can get to that, but that's still not good. That's still pretty ugly in my opinion. And he's got the bicep, no wrist, which is another big shame. And then you get a waist, nice waist. And then his legs are really nice. They go out like that, you kick everywhere. You get the thigh swivel, the knee, foot goes forward like tons, not really back, but you got rock back and forth. So much like the design, the presentation with the paint and things, a lot of good, but some glaring not so good. So that is Sunstreaker in robot mode. I will get him transformed up and we'll take a look at his vehicle. Here we have Sunstreaker all transformed up in his Cybertronian car mode, and I do think it looks really, really good. Of course, I do have some gripes. So yeah, fun, cool looking Cybertronian vehicle. It doesn't roll so hot. Maybe it's my desk. I have trouble getting things to roll, but I think it's kind of cool how the wheels are in here and encased by the wheel well here. And that is my first gripe. I kind of wish the wheel wells had some paint around them. The blue, again, once again, really pops, but I think if they at least put the orange that I wish was red around there, it wouldn't make it look so plain. And again, I really wish the orange we did get was red, and it looked really sick if this was red around that wheel. But again, the blue does pop. It's just a cool car. Definitely can see how once he comes to Earth in the Bumblebee movie, he would be a Lamborghini. I do like the front and the headlights, really cool, the hit of blue, nice grille on there, just a really, really nice details. Again, the blue windscreen and the windows, really nice contrast. You got that hit of silver on the side, and again the elbow joints but make the top of the car there, some nice detail there. And then the back, I wish there was some paint here too, just to bring out some more detail and make it look a little more realistic. But yeah, really nice car. You could take his accessories, let's do guns, and plug them on the sides. It would go like this. And you could have it like that. But of course, I'm not going to do that. I am going to display him when I have him in car mode or play with him. The one and only real way you should do it. I'm just kidding. If I can get them on the right way. They can also plug in here. I think it's there, right? Yep. And maybe combine them first. Get in there. And plug them in like so. To once again simulate that G1 intake that was on the Lamborghini. At least I'm calling it intake. I don't know crap about cars except for the ones that I think cool or look cool or cool. But yeah, oops, it's not even plugged in all the way. Let's see. What the hell? There we go. Okay. Yeah. So I think that looks awesome. So once again, just like the robot mode, a really cool vehicle mode with some detail shortcomings. So I'm really trying to ditch my rose tinted glasses when it comes to the Studio Series Bumblebee movie concept art Sunstreaker, because he is one of my all-time favorite characters, as I keep gushing about, and give him a fair overview. All the gripes I had aside, I do enjoy this figure and I am happy to have him, but the articulation, the wonky articulation in the shoulders is a shame. He articulates really nice besides those shoulders and the lack of the wrists articulation. That prevents it from being a top tier articulated figure in my opinion, and it is a shame because he, besides those two flaws, he moves excellently. He goes everywhere very excellently, if that makes sense. And the tinier gripe, I wish the orange paint hits were red, because I think that would have really made him pop, but the orange is okay. In vehicle mode, I wish he had the orange or red or whatever around the wheels to make it not look so plain, because not having any paint there does make it plain. And again, going back to the wrist, they really needed to be black or something, because again, it gets lost. The yellow just of the wrist and the hand gets lost in the forearm, and it makes it look kind of cheap, especially combined with the hollowness. That gives it a really cheap vibe, which is a shame. But as I said, all that griping aside, I still enjoy the figure. I still think he's really fun. By the way, his transformation is really fun. I really enjoyed the transformation on this guy. It was nice and interesting, but not overly complicated. And one last thing I kept on meaning through this video to note, and just remember to do it now, is his Autobot badge. He has got to have the tiniest Autobot badge ever, or one of them. I just don't get that. It's like, man, be proud of who you are. Be proud of your allegiances, man. Let's get some bigger Autobot badges on these guys. With that being said, comment, let me know what you think of this Sunstreaker figure. And as always, thanks for docking.